The gripping conclusion to the A-League season continues tonight in Brisbane as the Roar play host to the Perth Glory. Win and the Roar will guarantee finals football. Perth, they must win, of course. This is the equation right now. Perth are 9th on the ladder with a game in hand on most. Win and they go to 36 and close the gap on Brisbane to 1 point, while Brisbane can go all the way to 3rd and will finish there, of course, if they win their last 2 games of the campaign. South again, the target. Little deflection off Otter made it awkward for Bodnar. Corey Brown, wrong side for him, and it showed, but they get the corner out of it.
It's a good outcome in the end, really. Corey Brown approaching this ball out of duty, and more so than belief.
The shout of keeper came late from Reddy. Neville tried to hook it back goalwards. He's got support out the back from Akbari. And further back to Brindle South, who's picked out Wenzel Halls. It's it back from Trewin. And awkward at the near post for Liam Reddy, who kept it in throughout, did he? There's a Perth goal kick or free kick in the end. Akbari wanted it back from Danzaki, went back to O'Shea instead, and it deflected kindly here for Wenzel Halls. Jay O'Shea encouraged to shoot. Almost squeezed it in. It just deflected off the stanchion in the end. Brisbane that close to the opener.
Yeah, looking sharp and getting sharper, Brisbane.
Fine little pockets. Timmins a little hesitant. Doesn't want to get caught out committing too far forward. And it's worked out for Perth in the end here. Around the corner. What a ball. Chance. Fornaroli kept out by the block from Neville. Some spectacular passing from the Glory so far, but unable to finish off the job. Jason Guerrier got forward a moment ago. This time he's drifted one in behind, and Keogh can cut it back to Castro, who's onside now, trying to dance. He's done so. Diego Castro pulled it back, had Jamie Young wrong-footed, just the wrong side of the post after more wizardry from the veteran.
Well, the run from Keogh was just beautiful, and he tees up the Spaniard, who turned really tightly and pulls the ball to the near post, and it's Jamie Young, who you can tell by his reaction is very, very relieved.
As Perth find holes again. Castro for Fornaroli, chance to bend it. And Jamie Young knew which side it was going. Early service. He's got it all in his locker. First time they've been down here in a while. Neville kept on going. Great energy. Across the face, Wenzel Halls. Just couldn't get over the top of the header. What a move that was. Scintillating stuff from the Roar.
What a pity.
A little overload on that right-hand side. O'Shea delivers early, and Wenzel Halls timed his jump that time, but a long way out to test Reddy with the head.
Probably Dylan Wenzel Halls from Brisbane's point of view. He's got him over the top a couple of times. Let's see what happens here first.
Own goal off Jonathan Aspro. A big blow for the Glory, but a massive moment for the Brisbane Roar. Josh Brindle South gets his congratulations for whipping the ball into a dangerous area. The young man who's really grown in stature this season. And the Roar going a long way towards securing finals football yet again. Awkward for a stooping Champness. Latchman played it cleverly for Wilson. How's the delivery? Pretty good for Fornaroli against Brindle South. And last touch off who? Uruguayan. It's out for a goal kick.
Good move from Perth. Wilson's first contribution of meaning. He dropped it beautifully onto that far post. It gave his attackers something to have a crack at.
Fornaroli gets the nutmeg, tried to take it on the other side. Armiento on the follow-up. Cuts back. Who wants it? Castro. Awkward in the middle. Armiento clever. Swing of a leg from Chianese. Guerrier goes down. Referee looks at that collision and waves off any appeals from Perth. Talk about a passage of play that had so many potential endings, and now Parsons with magic releases Danzaki, who's clear of Latchman. He comes again, the big Dutch defender. Danzaki this way and that to make it 2. Surely finals football now for the Brisbane Roar. For the 10th time in the last 11 seasons, they are 2 goals clear of the Perth Glory after going from one end to the other in a real hurry. Group stage against on June 16. Chinese Taipei and Nepal as well. Look forward to bringing you all of those games from Kuwait, where the Socceroos have set up their camp now after being in the UAE initially. Here's Steins going for goal, and he had a return ball to Castro, and there was plenty of space for the Spaniard too.
And you get to this point of the game and a player starts shooting like that, and I think that it's almost like the light goes off, and we should have been doing this a bit earlier.
Probably just a little bit of consistency in front of goals. They create enough opportunities, and I think we talked about this last week, Speedy. If they make the finals, which they will now, undoubtedly, they can be a threat. They're good enough to win it. We talked, ad nauseum about how good they are defensively, and they work well as a unit. They scramble when they need to show desperation. They'll put their bodies on the line, all that sort of cliched stuff, which is great. But they're very, very clever when they, like you look at that the second goal they scored. The transition to that was superb. I know Perth dived in. I think it was Brandon Wilson that probably didn't need to commit. He could have just backed off there. Life would have been a little bit easier to defend, but they know how to exploit mistakes, and they're not losing anybody. You've talked about Sydney losing people, Melbourne City losing people, quality players at that. Brisbane are going to have their full squad available, and they've still got Tommy Aldred and hopefully, and Macaulay Gillespie to come back in as well. But you talk about the way they defended tonight. They've been exceptional at the back.
Yep, Warren Moon has done a great job on the defensive side of things that Robbie Fowler laid the platform for, of course. Very hard to break down last season under the Liverpool legend as Castro delivers. Neville rises again, so too Guerrier, and Wilson hooks it home, and Perth still believe. 6 minutes plus stoppage time to find 2 more. They've got to visualise they're attacking the shed end.
Yeah, and they'll get a bit of electricity from that goal from Wilson. There's a lot of traffic in the penalty area, and Brisbane have defended this well all night, but finding a little bit of fortune for Perth, and there's just that little bit of space for Brandon Wilson to get good contact and bounce it wide of Jamie Young.
Perth have made a thrilling late season charge, trying to work their way into the top 6, but ultimately it looks like they've come up short. Need to be perfect from here. Armiento needed to fire that in the top corner for the Glory.
Well, because of COVID, in a season where the normal rigours of travel have been altered, it's Perth, unfortunately for them, who've been the one team in the country who's had to keep flying. So the schedule has fallen heavily on a couple of teams in particular, and Perth one of them.
This is the 16th season of the A-League, and Brisbane will play finals for the 12th time. Amazing the success they've had down the years, and they are up to 3rd with 1 round of A-League action to come. Destiny in their own hands so far as the prospect of hosting a final at this venue next week. 2 goals, an own goal from Aspro, and then Danzaki's crucial second meant that Brandon